Welcome back to episode 30 of the People's Champ podcast. Today, Vaapad, myself, and special guest DoctorFeesh will be discussing Hearthstone's newest expansion, Voyage to the Sunken City. We've each created a list of our top 5 favorite cards from the expansion, and we'll be going over that this episode. But first, let's get on to bombshell trivia.
Meowdy. This is Electric Sheep City. You may know me from Born to be Wild or like the internet or whatever. Your trivia question for this episode is: Dr. Boom is widely considered to be the original face of Wild, but his time in the limelight has come to a close. What does the warrior hero, Dr. Boom Mad Genius, say when his turn's time is running out?
Okay, so how are we going to do this? I did tell him number-based, but he may have forgotten.
I mean, I'd be shocked if anyone knew this, so...
We could do closest.
I had a hard time understanding that. Is it what does he say when he enters play?
What does he say
No,
when the turn timer is done or running out?
Oh,
Yeah,
turn timer. Okay.
When the rope is going.
His equivalent of almost out of time. Yeah, we'll just do closest. I have absolutely no idea.
So Jordan is firmly in the lead with 3 to 0 to 0. So Feesh can pick whether he wants to go first, middle, or the last first. And then I'll pick, and then Jordan will get what's left.
I think I'll go middle.
There's go middle.
Yeah.
I tried going first last time, and it really burned me. So I think I'm going to go last, which leaves Jordan going first.
Not surprising, but also I'm fine with it because I have no idea. I'm going to go with I gotta hurry. I gotta hurry. Maybe Dr. Boom says that. Oh, wait, is it just time's up? Oh, I feel like I could also feel a mech saying time's up. I'm just envisioning what mechs say because it's like just a mech at the end of the day, but I have no idea. No, time's up is the 5/5 hunter card that makes 2 bombs, right? Or 4 bombs. I'm going to go with I gotta hurry. Hope for the best.
Feesh?
Yeah, I also have no clue about this one.
Yeah, voice lines are tough.
I don't remember most of what characters say when the rope starts burning.
Especially when it's that niche of a character and it doesn't see play anymore.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a while since I've played.
To complete a Dr. Boom turn without roping, to be fair.
I never played Boom Mad Genius in Wild because I've never played Wild Odd Warrior, and back then in Boom's Day Project, I was also a lapsed Hearthstone player. So, man,
I loved Boom Mad Genius.
Like, what does he say for other things? How does he sound? And then think what you'd write if you would write the line.
Exactly.
Could have something to do with a fuse, but I don't know if it's anything to do with bombs, like other than activities.
I did think about that.
He's like a mechanical version, so I don't know if he actually has anything to do with bombs or not. Although the deal 1 to all is kind of a bomb, right? It's like a bunch of little bombs going off. It could be bomb related. Fuse, which is why I thought time's up, but that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right to me either.
Could be though, because it did pop into my head. I'm almost out of time. Oh, they're all so generic.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I'll take the times. I'll go with time's up, and hope for the best on it. Essentially.
So right when I heard the question, I thought immediately I was like, I thought I gotta move, but I think that's Magni though. That's Magni.
Oh, it might be Magni because I recognize it and I play
Magni.
No.
Yeah.
It's Magni. It's Magni.
That's definitely Magni.
I gotta move.
So then I thought about it more. I'm like, wait, I played tons of Odd Warrior when Boom was in it. I think it's like I love that sound or something like that. That's what I'm going with. I love that sound.
Oh, I love that fuse thing.
I love that.
Yeah, he said I love that.
I love that fuse thing.
It did have something to do with the fuse, but none of us said fuse. So he gets lucky.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
All right. All
That's
right, I'm on the board.
Because the ropes are fused. It's so good.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I knew it was I love something. I just didn't remember the end of it.
I would never got that. I'm sure somebody says I gotta hurry, but it is not Dr. Boom.
Yeah. On the board, baby. All right.
Time for our top 5.
First, Feesh, how are you? Yeah, skipped over that.
I'm doing well, man. I'm very happy to be on. As the audience may or may not know, I have been doing the other trivia questions that have been presented on the show. And it's really nice. I've been a enjoyer of this show for a while. So it's cool to get to be a guest. Yeah, have a pretty good weekend so far. Just been chilling. It's been quite rainy here, but we're good.
Yeah, it finally got warm here. It's been a very cold May and April, but we finally had like a 60-degree day. Great.
Nice.
Yeah, we're happy to have you on in this capacity. Obviously, we've had you on as trivia master before now. Love that. So, welcome to being a guest. Glad to have you.
Hell yeah.
All right, so we kind of briefly touched on it, but we're gonna do top 5 favorite Sunken City cards thus far. So we'll go our normal 5, 4, 3, 2. Honorable mentions 1. And since Feesh is our guest, we'll have him go with his 5 first.
Numero 5.
Oh, okay. So my number 5 favorite card in Voyage to the Sunken City, the Fires of Zinajari, the 2
Warrior
mana
card?
warrior card.
Mm.
It is a blast to play. It might not be one of those cards that increases your chance to win, but I was playing around with one of Martian's creations, and it was pretty fun. I discounted a Lady Presto to 0 mana and made my deck all dragons after playing fires. It was great.
Sounds amazing.
I proceeded to lose.
Oof.
I don't even know I don't know what I was playing against that game, but it was definitely fun on my end.
You were playing against the Fun Police. That's all we need to know.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
All right. Solid choice. My number 5 is Naga Giant, because everyone needs more giants in their life, clearly. I've been meaning to try this in Holy Wrath Paladin, but have not gotten to it yet. So it's on my to-do list once I get tired of the deck that I cultivated, which we'll talk about later.
It's one of those cards higher on your list, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, 5 is nothing special, but my number 5 is Gigafin. Nice, fun, colossal minion, does powerful things. I think the largest reason it's on my list is that it's just really good. I think that has a large part to do with all of my lists. But yeah, playing Gigafin, clearing full board, especially when you do it on turn 4, pretty hot, pretty spicy.
Yeah.
I enjoy the card. And it like brings literally every single Warlock deck besides maybe like Rodlock better. So kind of nice.
Imagine being a Warlock enjoyer.
Sometimes.
Couldn't be me.
I am a whatever is good enjoyer. I like
That's
to win.
valid.
I'm currently
Yeah.
top 25, I think. Front page.
Oh
followers.
wow. Let's go.
I'm still working on repairing my MMR.
I finished
I-
stream at 14. Like 4 days later, I was 31, so I queued a few games and got to like 25. I'm probably like 27 now. We're hanging on.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they just make Legend this month for the first time in like 6 or 8 months. So, yeah.
Dude, it's so easy with 11x. It's silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
very
one 3-hour stream to get to Legend.
I need to
Maybe
repair my
4
MMR
to
as
5
well.
if you don't win every game.
It's very difficult with 6 to 7 star bonus and
Yeah.
dad life. Dad Legend is a real thing, dude. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, definitely.
Your opponents are all dads. The 6 to 7 star gap trying to hit Legend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'm rocking 9x, but because I stopped playing Wild for a little bit there.
Are you doing
Towards
THL
the
this season?
Yeah, I did THL last season.
Are you doing it this season?
I am not so
No.
far. I'm getting back into Wild, to the point where I'd be comfortable to sub. I know I was approached by some players before, like during the Kale Thoughts and Switcheroo times. I was like, no, I haven't played a game of Wild.
I crafted the darkness 5 minutes before I got challenged by Lazana to play our match. I was like, okay,
Oh,
what did he
no.
ban? So I went and checked the ban list. He didn't ban my
He didn't-
priest, so I canceled
he
the
didn't ban
challenge,
the
went into
priest.
my collection, crafted the darkness, challenged him again, played it with one match, and then I'll never touch it again.
Oh yeah, I'm glad I didn't have to make the darkness for that.
I shouldn't have. I should have just bought a different deck. I had the read that he was going to bring aggro, and I just was like, well, whatever. I'll just bring this deck because it's dumb. But should've
Yeah,
just brought Inner Fire Priest.
yeah, probably.
But it's all right.
it'll work.
I can afford
All good.
dust.
Are you lads doing Born to be Wild listener series? We just had that announced like yesterday.
Yeah, they announced a new Naga themed season at the Point of View Our Listener
Ooh.
series. 5-week
Big fan
of
deck
that.
building challenge league with prizes this time around, which I don't know. We'll see how that works out. Corb might play again.
Yeah, maybe
Pro-
4th place.
I don't know if
Probably
he
a
does or
bigger,
not.
probably a bigger pool, but a lot more dropouts early.
Maybe,
So-
but the dropping out early is just players who don't understand that like how it works. Because losing early is better than losing late. It's like they just think it's over because it's only 5 weeks, but you get against the bottom of the people and the top get against the top. So losing week 1
So-
is better than losing any other week. So people
Yeah,
who leave
for
early just don't
sure.
understand what's going on. But yeah, maybe a couple of 2 to 3 weeks in, my people might leave when they know they can't win.
I'm
I
hoping
certainly
this
won't try hard this week or this season if I join.
I'm hoping this season will finally be the first season that I match up against Jordan. This is
Ah.
what my
Oh, that
third
would be
Your
season.
goal is to just play
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
You know, first season I played, I made videos for it and won, and I called it quits there. That was it. I'll go out on a high, and then I don't know. That last
You-
season I didn't try very hard, and then this season I'm not even try less hard. I might just troll.
Yeah, last season you just helped
Uh,
us make decks, made a couple of your own, and like did fine enough.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
I don't know.
you-
But it
yeah.
feels weird to try less hard when the stakes are higher. It's like, well,
Yeah.
that's awkward timing. But I'm
Mhm.
busier now because I have a full-time job now, and I didn't have that the other
course.
2 seasons. And I'd like an active YouTube channel, which sucks up the majority of my time.
Yeah.
The video was done, and I still find a way to spend 7 hours on it today. My next video. All right,
Perfectionist much?
got another 20 to 30 seconds out of it. It was nice. Improved some looks of things. We take
Yeah.
those. But yeah, number 4, huh? After that nice tangent.
Oh yeah, tangents are math.
Tangents are
Tangents
fun.
are the
Tangents
breath of
are indeed
life
also
in
math.
podcast.
Number
Yeah.
4, Fish.
My number 4 is Raj Najan, the Hunter Legendary,
The
2
Hunter
mana,
River
2/3.
Okay.
Hunter Rivercroc with a ton of upside.
To be fair, it's not a river crack. It's a 0 mana 2/3 that comes off of Drekthar.
Oh yeah, true, but
That card's so good standard. I cannot
It's so good
believe
in-
that Drekthar lost
so good in
the thing.
standard.
Like, people are just bad at the game, I guess. They're like, yeah, let's pick Vandar as
Well,
our option. Instead of this busted card.
it was yeah,
it
I
was
think it was
less
determined
good,
on
but it was still nasty right up the gut.
I think it was just the fact that like people maybe a slightly more people picked Alliance or something, and
Oh, a
so it
lot
just
more
got
did,
more
yeah.
points. Oh yeah, I mean that just
Ford,
comes down.
no.
That just comes down to Wild Allegiance.
Ford had
Like I mean,
more
WoW
higher
Allegiance.
win rate, but they won less games. They had less points.
Yeah, I picked Alliance.
So you were a Vandar enjoyer.
Hoping that Vandar would have some better upside than what it did. And when I was really struggling to get my Drekthar to play in THL, I really regretted it.
I think the only time I've seen that Hunter Legendary is when I played Devolving Missiles, and it like was really bad for me to leave it alive, so I had to trade a large minion into a 2/3, and it felt really bad.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
Like,
playing
I- like-
standard quest on it.
Yeah.
yeah.
And like oh, you know what it was? I Devolving Missile in it from that 5/5 that changes all the spells in your hand to cost 5. As a it was like a mage.
Why did you
and
devolve a 5 mana 5?
Oh, Belinda? Belinda?
Because no, it was the Naga
Sandwich.
one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that one. I devolved it because I had an extra mana. I don't know, and I wanted to protect. wanted to protect my large minions.
Mana
that he would have traded in.
efficiency. Let's go.
He was going to trade
I
into my
feel
large
that.
minion. It was protecting my large minions. That's what it was. But then I had to trade anyways.
At least it didn't die, I guess.
My number 4. My number 4 is Lady Stheno. Dino? I don't know.
Yeah, no, Steno.
The Demon Hunter Legendary. I tried making an OTK with it like the first half week of the expansion. It was very fun to play and it felt good to play, but it was a bad card and I gave up on it. But it's fun to play. So
Card's great in
It's-
standard, and so is the
It's broken in standard.
Demon Hunter's nasty in standard, and that's in all the Demon Hunter decks.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that paired with Predation is really cool.
it's really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Demon Hunter and Wild can play that card combination if they desire.
It could, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how many spells Odd Demon Hunter really wants to run, but
All
yeah.
the 1 mana ones that give you a hero attack or remove your opponent's mana crystals or put a demon
did try-
companion into play.
I did try that version, but I ended up the Baku just clogs your hands so much because you want to be playing
You draw
Candicle Band and
Baku?
stuff. Yeah, I know. I'm bad at the game.
Skill issue, dude.
That Dad Legend stuff.
All right, my number 4 is our beautiful Murloc boy Twin Fin. What a beauty.
What a beauty.
Card's
Indeed.
Solid
great.
choice.
Yeah.
Buff it up with the Chum Bucket. Get a nice 7/6, 7/6 on turn 3. Whoo-wee.
And buff enjoyers.
Marlock enjoyers. And then just the card in general. It's kind of hot, you know. 3 damage, 4 attack. Kill some things. It's a fun card. I almost didn't put him on there, and then I remembered he existed, and I had to. So I have 2 honorable mentions now.
Yeah, in standard, he was the switcheroo card.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
2,
You
3,
played
12,
twin.
12.
You played Twin Fin, and you
Mm.
played like a giant essentially, or
Yeah.
whatever card. That was a 12-12.
Deathwing, Dragon Lord.
Deathwing,
Or
Deathwing,
maybe? I don't know. That's
Deathwing,
non-standard.
something like that. Yeah.
They're doing Death.
Yeah.
I guess that
And then
might,
you
you
that's
played 3 mana,
interesting.
24, yeah. As
Yeah,
opposed to
that'll
1
do
mana
it.
2020 bore. It was the scam
Turns out
deck just worse.
charge is yeah. Turns out charge is good.
Yeah, charge is real good.
Yeah, Switcher got banned because they didn't go through with getting rid of Boar and
Yeah,
Bluegill.
last year in the core set,
But
they were like,
also,
people were like, "Oh, bring these back, bring these back." I was just like, I don't know if we want these back.
yeah, it's kind of
but-
sad to have Hearthstone not have Bluegill, but also it's like,
Yeah,
maybe it's fun.
the boar part was kind of a thing.
But
for me, at least.
I understand why they banned it, because even in its nerf
Yeah.
state, the deck is too good and the combo is silly good. Like,
Yeah.
so now what? You instead of having a
just play
2020, you have a
Priest.
120 that you divine spear topsy turvy. Like, cool. It's a
Yeah.
hard
Yeah,
thing to do
right.
as priest.
Right. Yeah.
You do that anyway to kill on 4. Or you play 2020 and make it a 40-40. Like, it doesn't change enough.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Deck just runs crab, and
So maybe people don't like Twin Fin because
cry.
of that experience, but hopefully they'll get to use it in a more intended use.
Sweet. Number 3, fish.
All right, number 3, the Sunken Pogfish.
Ah, the paladin card.
Sunfish?
Pogfish, man.
I do like Fogfish.
Sunfish.
I like
It's
Fogfish
played.
a lot.
So it's played in standard. It's played in Holy Paladin.
Control
It's not played
Paladin, let's
anywhere
go.
else. But that's not why I picked it. I picked it because the card is just Pog, and it's great.
It's Pog, and it's just solid stats, and it's
Exactly, yeah. 3 mana, 2/5.
Like, 3 mana,
taunt
2/5
divine
dimensional
shield.
taunt. Like, you used to have to like make terrible plays to be able to play a lone champion to get a 3 mana 2/4 divine shield taunt. Now you get to just play this
True.
card
Yeah.
with no poor decisions having to be played to skip the turn before. It's great.
Yeah.
I love the lone champion.
Card's terrible.
Still loved it.
Well, you should love this card then. This card's a better version of that.
And this card
Imagine
has
imagine playing mid range in 2022.
Dude, it's so standard. It's got mid range, man. I
Yeah.
did the
yeah.
THL did a tournament where they got all of the like they called them all stars. I don't know how I qualified for that, but it was all the
Oh,
THL all
March-
stars. March Madness is what they
March
did. It was
Madness.
top 64 players in
Yeah.
THL from all the different series. So I had to play some standard because it was a standard tournament,
Mhm.
and I didn't really want to put effort in. So I had Lasagna just make decks, and I just brought whatever he had, and I had a control paladin on my list.
Yeah.
I beat 2 people, broke every bracket in the entire thing. Everybody predicted the opposite, and I won 2 rounds, dude. I made top 16. The dark horse, dude.
Oh, nice.
And
yeah,
then I lost.
lost.
And it was sad.
I
I almost
lost-
won, but I got scammed. My Sunfish didn't do enough. Unlucky.
Were you like a 12 seed or a 16 seed or what? Did they seed people?
I was like
Well, you did really well.
31 of 64.
You did really well in the wild season,
But
which
I
is
beat
why
a-
you got.
Like a 1 seed or something.
Ah,
Knocked
Wow.
out just in time. Who was
Oh, you knocked out Justin. Nice.
a lot of people had in the top 8 of the final 4.
Yeah, I
Just absolutely high rolled the man. Wow.
I got knocked out by our
beat
good
him,
friend Memnarch, by
That'll
our
happen.
favorite. Yeah, Memnarch was.
Yeah.
was a
Memnarch's
tough
good at
opponent.
Hearthstone. He almost beat Frog Shaman as Reno Priest today in 2022.
I
Shouldn't have let
lost-
him
I
bring
lost-
that deck.
I lost to Reno Priest as Mine Warlock today. I just
Oof.
straight died from 40. Died
Oof.
from 30. Sorry, to spawn on turn 8.
I killed you on 8?
Yeah, I should
Wow.
have had it wrapped up earlier, but I didn't
Yeah,
think
my
I had.
Warlock's pretty fast, but 8 is also really fast for Rosapri. My Warlock's pretty hot. I like that deck a lot. You can win on
wait, how
like-
did you
turn 7 or 8 with that for sure.
How did
Dying
you
at
die at
8 is they
8?
They coin Anduin on 7. and then
They coin
kill you.
Anduin on 7, yeah.
yeah,
But then they have to have
do
a
it.
bunch of 1s, I guess. 'cause
Pen
then they have 4
Flinger. They had
mana.
a 0
Mm.
mana Pen Flinger off of Palm Reading, so they
That's
were
a
able
free,
to cheat
That's
out something.
Shame.
It sucked. I was not happy, but I don't know.
I miss the days of molding about Raza Priest.
Yeah, you
No.
called that out of existence, and now you get to deal with our current state of things. Which is actually really
yeah.
good for what it's worth. Wild's in a really good spot right now. But
I actually have been
Really?
enjoying it lately for
it's
sure.
a lot
Now that- especially
better than it's
now
been
that
in the
Switcheroo,
past.
now that Switcheroo is gone, I'm actually very much enjoying the meta.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Pirate Rogue is good for the meta, as much as people don't like it. It's
Yeah.
so good because it's an aggro deck that like can lose to anti-aggro cards,
Yes.
which can let you
Yep.
play anti-aggro decks.
Thank God.
And meme decks tend to throw in 20 cards of meme and then try to hope to get a little bit of win rate with the 10 anti-aggro cards thrown in. And so those are now slightly more playable.
Yes.
Yes.
You'll still
Love
lose
it.
some games where you play a Viper and a Crawler and healing and just be like, how did I lose? But some games you'll win and you'll be like, well, that was really, really easy. And you'll realize, oh, it's dependent on who has coin. But we won't go into that. I was testing Mindlock versus Pirate Rogue for THL, and I had like Crawler and Viper, Touch, Armor Vendor, Mistress, and Mixtures Defile. That was my deck, right, with the Rod combo.
Oh yeah.
And I either blew them out or got destroyed with nothing I could do, depending on if I had coin or not. It could go first. It was crazy. I was losing with a Warlock deck that had Touch and Mistress and Vendor and Defile and Viper and Crawler. I'm like, how am I losing? Hello? Pirate Rogue's nasty.
I don't have all of the. I didn't have all of those techs, and I still managed to win a couple of times against the Pirate Rogue.
For sure.
But they also did. They also didn't nut draw me, and
That's
I was
fair.
able to like essentially use Defiles and touch.
Rogue
Defiles
being that
touches
good is
and
helpful because it pushes out like
getting
degenerate
getting
combo.
getting all your 1 mana cards early on also really helps.
Yes. Fillet Fighter will hit like a truck. It'll kill you if you don't kill
Oh yeah.
immediately on
For
turn 1 the turn
sure.
they play Fillet Fighter.
Yeah.
If your opponent has a Fillet Fighter on the board, you can't greed your card. You have to Defile on turn 2 and kill 2 minions. Like, you can't let the Fillet Fighter hit you in the face. It's like classic High Main. If High Main hits you in the face, you lost. Now it's Fillet Fighter. If it hits you in the face on turn 2, you lose the game. Kill the Fillet Fighter.
Is that the 3-1?
Yeah, it's the
It's
1 mana
3/1,
3/1 that deals with damage. That card's absurd.
I went first and played Armor Vendor on 1.
Yes, you'll win the game if you do that.
I was able to win.
But if you do it on 2 and then they hit you for 6, well, then you're sad.
Yeah, you're sad.
Is it my who's summons 3?
I think it's your
My
turn.
3.
Your 3.
My 3. The only card that I said I was excited about going into the expansion is my number 3. Inkar Totem,
I remember the 1 week where even Shaman was theory crafted and tested and before it was thrown away and abandoned for 2 better Shaman decks.
I very much enjoy Anchor Totem. If you can stick one, you just win. Like you play it on 3 so if you play it on 2 or play it on 3, button into Taunt Totem, you just win most of the time. And then you play Splitting Axe on 4 and you've already won. So love that. Very good card. Play with Totemic Might. Can confirm. Good card.
Nice. Yeah, it's a super good card in a deck that summons 1 mana minions for 1 mana every turn with their hero power and has totem synergies for sure. A couple more of those and it might come back one day.
Yeah.
I brought it to THL 2 weeks ago because me and Ogre agreed to bring 4 even decks each instead of playing a fresh meta of nonsense.
That's fun.
That is fun.
So I got to bring
Gentlemen's Agreements are amazing. I'm gonna try and do it more this season with Born to Be Wild. I like Gentlemen's Agreements.
My number 3 is none other than Druid's Aquatic Form, which did, much like Twinfin, I suppose, break a card for a while. It broke Kel'Thas Druid. But in the current state of things, in like Cthulhu Druid, it's really sweet because it lets you draw your Cthulhu when you have 10 mana left for 0 mana. It lets you cycle for cards. It can still be used with Kel'Thas if you like, you know. It's just a really solid card, really strong card. I like the new mechanic. I like not having to pay to do the new mechanic. It's nice. And you get to draw immediately. Card's busted. Card's just so good. But it's so fun, too, because it's like, I get to experience this new mechanic, and I get to experience the card most of the time, right away. That I got off that mechanic, so it's lit.
Yeah, I actually got confused at one point because I was like, because I had only seen that card, so then someone played a different dredge card against me, and I was like waiting for them to draw. I was like, where's the card?
Yeah, dredge cards are taking people a while to figure out. It's funny.
Yeah.
There are still people to this day that like play the Paladin Colossal and like without thinking they just dredge first before drawing. It's almost always correct to draw first with the Paladin Colossal because you can figure out more information that way and you'll know what you have next turn.
True.
Unless you need an immediate answer. But it's so intuitive to dredge first because then you know what you're drawing. But if you don't have mana, what's it matter? You have it next turn, so you get more information by drawing first. So you see 2 cards.
That was my big issue.
I wonder if it's something to look at.
I wonder if the Paladin Colossal is good with Holy Wrath Paladin. Probably
fine.
Yeah.
It's a little expensive, but it's quite good. You run it in Reno Paladin, right? And that's similar in the way that it's just a card that doesn't have any synergies. Technically you have Ziliax, but that never will happen. This is another deck I still enjoy. Reno Paladin, a
Reno
great
Paladin.
option to beat the Pirate Rogues. I violated EPT Hopper today. It was so rude. I had a THL match against him. I queued Reno Paladin into his Pirate Rogue. My
that
turn 3
sounds
was Glocka
miserable.
Crawler, Broom. My turn 4 was Tikal, Molten Giant. My turn
Love that.
5 was Ziliax. My turn 6 was Reno, and my turn 7 was Cariel.
Oh,
I ended the game
God,
on turn
Turb.
7 with 44 life, and he had like 10. It
Yeah.
was so stupid. I top decked Ziliax and Reno on their turns, and Broom on turn 3. It was filthy. It was so silly. But yeah, the deck can do some really powerful things, especially with Nas scams. Like you play the Nas scam, and it's like you only have 10 life left against his rogue, but like they don't know nothing to do 10, and then you get to like play Nixia or Cariel or whatever and just swing it. And it's
What's Nas scam?
Nas Dormu scam, the
Nas
4 mana
Dormu.
aided that gives you 10 mana.
Timeless.
Ah,
Play that on
okay.
4 or 3, and then you have 10 mana, and you just win
See,
with big cards.
that I knew. I just had never heard it called Nas scam.
I mean, there's nothing non-scammy about setting yourself 10 mana that early. It's also really fun to do against Guff when they have 20 mana. You set them to 10 mana. I did that once.
You're like, ha, go back in mana because you're playing a ridiculous card.
Yeah, then it's like an upside instead of a downside when you play a format 8-8. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
for sure.
Play this alongside a Lotheb, and there's no downsides. All right, number 2. Wow.
We're getting up to our favoriteest of cards.
Our big hitters.
Exactly. So I'll start the slinging off. My number 2 card, Blade Master Okani. That card is insane, and it is a lot of fun to play. It has really great utility at being able to obviously target whatever you feel more impactful from your opponent between spell and minion. I just like the fact that you can counter minions now, because obviously we've had counterspell for so long. Jordan's least favorite card ever. I learned that during our portrait challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Okani's really cool.
I can genuinely say I have not played this, and I've only had it played against me once or twice. But it's been really.
Bad Legend must be a mysteriously mystical
in like
place.
it's
It's in every
it's
deck
in-
under the sun,
it's
man.
played
Like,
in
Is
even
it really?
right?
it's played
Yeah,
in
that's
Even
what
Log, it's played in
Evenlock
Free
is for.
Shaman. Some people ran it in Pirate Rogue. Like, it's just played a lot, man.
It's wild,
Yeah.
dude.
It's basically just like not played in Druid because of Oak summons and like Baxter doesn't make sense, but it's played a lot.
Jordan, what are your thoughts on this card? I mean, it is very counterspelly.
Yeah, you'd think I'd hate it. I think Wild is just so powerful now that a lot of situations you can play a 1 or 2 minute card and get it countered and be fine, and you can kill it, which is I think a big deal. So if they counter minion, you can just
'cause it's
kill
a
the
passive,
minion. It's
yeah.
a passive effect. So you can just kill the minion, and then they don't counter your minion if you kill
Yeah, for
Okani,
sure.
which is a nice
Yeah.
difference. But also, I think I dislike counterspell less now if it was played because my deck runs 7 1-mana spells now instead of me
Sure.
having to play an overgrowth on 4 and just praying I'm not dead to a randomly played counterspell. But yeah,
Yep.
and it's only a 2 attack, so like you don't just die to it. Like you die to it plus other stuff. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. It's fine. A lot healthier.
Yeah.
Well, a lot less hated for me personally than I thought it would be when I saw the card. But the fact that you can kill it is nice. Although with Shudderwalk, it gets a little silly. You make copies of Shudderwalk, they all have it. Like it's
Oh, that's gross.
pretty funny.
Didn't
I
think about
imagine
that.
this happens in Dead Legend a lot. With my last stream, there was one guy on the ladder. Just when you're in top 100, you see like 8 people at most, right? And so you verse the same guy 2 or 3 times in a stream. And there's just
Sure.
one dude who was just playing Odd Warrior in top 100. And I was queuing
Love
Free
that.
Shaman. I was queuing Free Shaman, so I was just infinitely Shudderwalking him for like 25 minutes straight every time I played against him. And it's funny to see all the little Okani symbols on my Shudderwalks. There was one game my Shudderwalk didn't go infinite and he like killed it, and I was like, huh. Guess I have to play bird into bird into bird the rest of the game. I did that instead. And it was like, oh, this is nothing changed. Cool. Play a
Yeah,
35-minute game, deal 180
have-
That
damage.
sounds
Not-
painful.
I haven't seen any Odd Warriors in a while, so not a
Not
Dead
even in
Legend
Dead
thing.
Legend. Wow. This guy was on massive copium, I guess.
I wish Odd Warrior was playable.
It was good during Warrior Control was good during the Kael'thas switcheroo era because you could bulwark to not die to either combo.
Oh,
And you could use armor gain to like shield slatter to kill their minions and stuff. And so you could win by beating those 2 decks.
sure,
But it was still bad if you versed a lot of other things.
sure.
But yeah, it was kind of fun to play that and like have Brat and Okani and Bulwark and stuff into those scam decks.
Yeah. My number 2 somehow slipped under my radar when the cards were all printed. Otherwise, I think I would have been very excited for this card. Whispers of the Deep. 1-mana priest card, silence a minion, and deal its damage randomly split among all enemy minions. I think it is.
Shellfish.
Yeah,
Shelf.
standard uses that on shellfish to deal 7 to the board and make it so your opponent doesn't draw 2 cards
Oh.
when playing a 4-mana 7/7. And then the
I-
shellfish still dies, so your Irela plays it and you kill him with mill later.
I just use it in normal Silence Priest, which turns out Silence Priest is a lot
Normal
better.
Silence Priest. As if it exists.
Shut up. Give me my Humongous Razor Leafs and my Ancient Watchers, and take me back to Unguro. But anyways, this
Give it a couple years. Classic will be there.
Whispers of the
Close to
Deep
my heart.
does something that I didn't realize Silence Priest needed, which is you can play your minions and have them instantly impact the board because you can silence them.
Whoa. You didn't know that a
And-
bad deck needed tempo?
Ah,
That's crazy. Newsflash, guys. If your deck sucks, consider adding more tempo to it. It might suck less.
but yeah, Whispers of the Deep, solid addition. I've played some decent Silence Priest games. That and the other Silence Priest cards they got printed this expansion are very fun to play. But Whispers of the Deep is the real standout of the crowd.
Fun. I looked at the cards and scrolled past Priest pretty quickly and laughed at it. But good for you. You like the card. That's good. My number 2 has already been mentioned, so we'll go over it briefly. It's Pogfish. I'm a big fan of the Pogfish. I like Control Paladin a lot. Very fun and standard. Very fun card. And that card is just powerful. I was always tempted to coin it out because I really want the Pogfish in play, but I had to restrain myself because I'd rather coin Gariel out. And it's Golden win the game on 7 or cool Pogfish on 2. And it's 1 wins the game and 1's a Pogfish. I really want to coin this Pogfish out, even though I'll win the game on 6.
Oh man.
And it's
Top choice.
the cool content card, dude. Pogfish.
Indeed. All right. Honorable mentions, anyone?
Yeah, I got 2.
I have 2. I give an honorable mention to Naval Mine, the main card of my beloved Mind Lock.
Yeah, mine not go hard.
Up until the middle of my session today, I was 80% win rate with the deck
Nice.
through almost 15. I think it was 12-3 with it, and now I think I have a bit more losses because obviously the more decks you play, the more sometimes aggro just gets you. That it's a fun card. And then my other one, it is banned, but its art will forever live in my heart. It is Switcheroo.
Switcheroo's got good art.
For those who do not know, there is a clownfish on it, and I use a clownfish for my profile pictures.
Your fish.
Not just any clownfish.
Nemo.
The
Well-
clownfish.
Oh yeah, well currently it's it's like a Nemo
Goldfish.
Yeah.
with a clown nose and a hat and a clown hat because of one of my THL teams from last season. We were Clownstone Academy.
I mean, that's such a very fun and powerful card. I know there's a lot of people that are sad it got banned because they want to be able to play Giants Priest with it or whatever. And I was kind of happy that Giants Priest existed because I predicted that Giants Priest would exist. It was a half meme. I was like, let's just play Darkler Priest, guys. And everyone was like, dude, you're insane. And then it was real, kind of, because you could
Yeah, it
play a
was.
bunch of Giants and play 3 Lothaps back to back with Sands. And that was really strong. But Switcheroo kind of had to die, and even the nerf version had to die. And in 3 months, people were like, why didn't they just try the nerd version? And then they said that about Demon Seed, and it's dude, we brought Demon Seed back right now. Just go back to Demon Seed meta. The 8 doesn't matter. You were already overcapping basically every time anyway, because you have a 1-mana card that deals 5 with no drawback, and a 0-mana card that deals 3 and gives you cards that then could deal more. And it's you still just win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe one day.
Yep.
I don't know. We've never seen a band get unbanned. I imagine one day it'll happen. I think Steeler is going to get reverted.
I was wondering.
I think their plan was Steeler and Demon Seed to get reworked when they get rotated, but I'm curious if they just leave them banned and then eventually unban them when they're not as good. But I don't know. You just really don't need to.
Demon Seed, I don't think will ever be
If
back,
a card
though,
is
Wild.
just not good for player enjoyment, just never bring it back, even if it's weak.
Yeah.
I always hate that. People are like, well, this card's not very strong. You can bring it back. It's yeah, you could, but why? Let's just have the game be, not have this annoying nonsense in it.
For sure. No, I agree.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
remember when everyone was saying, oh, patches could have charge and it wouldn't
could.
even be a big deal.
And then
Yeah.
Pirate Warrior would make you maybe regret
Pirate
that.
Warrior would
2 years
make
later.
you regret that. Yeah.
Right.
I think
And Pirate Rogue,
yeah.
yeah.
Current
Yeah.
Pirate Rogue
I-
would make you regret that.
Like, I meme
But
that
it's
I
really
want
just one
patches to be
damage.
in charge again. Like, I meme that I want
Right.
patches back in charge, but, like, I'm not sure we actually do.
Right. That's
Yeah,
about where I'm at.
my philosophy on a lot of the reverts is like, if this card got nerfed like 5 days after it touched standard, why are we reverting it? Nobody
Why are
like
we
has
reverting it?
nostalgia for this card. Like when Kilthas got reverted, I
Oh,
was blown away because this card was
Kael'thas?
good for a week in standard, and then they nerfed it 3 times. Like no one has like
Kael'thas?
nostalgic value to Kael'thas. Why are we reverting this card?
Yeah, Kael'thas ate 2 nerfs. Like, it's one of the
A
few
week
cards that has
in,
been
and then they're like,
nerfed.
"Yeah, that'll be fine." And I
Yeah,
applaud them for
like
trying because they can just undo it
yeah.
again. But it was crazy that they tried that card because it's like they didn't revert other cards, including Penflinger, and they give very valid reasons for why Penflinger can't be reverted ever because
Yeah,
it'll
Dark
it'll
Flare.
break the game mode.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, sure, I guess that combo's strong." I can't tell because I've never tried the combo. But if you think it's too good, don't bring Penflinger back. But then they bring Kael'thas back, and I'm like, are you telling me that Bolner mailbox dance or Penflinger is stronger than Kael'thas? Huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I want to try it. Like maybe I'll get in a custom game and like have my opponent
We
create
can try
the
it.
ancient one, and then I'll just kill that with the combo and see if you could kill on a turn timer.
Yeah, we
Because
could
it's
do
like
that.
if that is a thing that works, it's turn 4 lethal every single time, which would make sense why they didn't allow that to exist. But so like I'm okay with them reverting stuff if they're comfortable with being like, yo, my bad, and then nerfing it again. But it is weird how they sometimes pick and choose. But I think the reason you pick and choose is because like Gibberlink, right? Could, but do we need Gibberlink?
I want Gabrielling back.
It's just the general. It's not even like the specific card, but there's some cards that even if they're not too strong, it's like maybe just like don't. Maybe just don't. Nitro
Maybe.
Boost Poison. We were all like, dude, why'd they
No,
revert Nitro
Nitro
Boost
Boost
Poison? And then they printed
Poison.
Swordfish, and we go, oh, huh. Maybe that's why they didn't revert Nitro
Yeah.
Boost Poison. Funnily enough, though, Nitro Boost is 2. It gets corrupted by the weapon. Maybe just chuck it in instead of Eviscerate and just murder people with your 4/1
Maybe,
deckhands
yeah.
that then become 8/1 deckhands or 7/1
God.
deckhands.
Please no.
Is that
Yeah,
is it
I mean-
3 to each? Is Nitro Boost 6 damage? That seems good. Why don't we
It's
play
plus, it's plus 2.
that? Is it 2 to 2
to
things?
the minion, 2 to the
Mm.
minion, 2 to the weapon.
Yeah, but it's 6. Yeah, maybe that's good. I don't know. It's
And
probably not better
it's-
than Eviscerate.
Yeah, and it is.
But that's why they didn't
minion.
revert it in hindsight because of.
I think
Swordfish.
I think that even the thing with Nitro Boost is I think you have to have the minion on board to play Nitro Boost.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure. I don't
But
remember. I
your
haven't
your
played
weapon
it since Dark Moon.
fishes for a 1-mana pirate. So
Yeah, definitely. You're right.
kind of hot in turn 4 to be able to play that 1-mana
God,
pirate. And
Swordfish is such a
Nitro Boost.
stupid card.
Oh, it's so strong.
Like imagine
It would have been
if
nerfed by
Swordfish-
now if Rogue had playable standard decks.
I was gonna say, like it would be so
Yeah,
banned. Not banned, but it would be definitely nerfed if Rogue was any bit playable in standard.
JLX is gonna
Like,
follow with Daniel, quit the game because
Yeah.
his one class that he plays wasn't tier 1 for one expansion. Like, how dare Rogue not be the best class for one expansion? How dare it? Unacceptable.
What's funny is Rogue got like the best class of all the 10 classes in at least by standard measures. By all means, Rogue should have been broken. But
Got
it's
a lot
just
of good
not.
stuff. It just doesn't have enough yet.
Yeah, it's just
I
the
guess.
stuff that was left. It's just the stuff that was left over for Rogue isn't good enough. Like a lot of the really strong Rogue cards came from like Ashes to Dark Moon.
Sure. Price Plunder and stuff.
Yeah.
Circling back to the switcheroo ban, though, like, turns out the charge is a problem. Who could have thunk it?
The problem.
Charge
although,
ruins new design space.
The
Who
problem
would've
is
known?
if you even if you get rid of, I forgot to mention this as well, but even if you get rid of Bluegill and Boar, they just run Spear of Sapience or the 2-mana weapon and use Deckhand instead. Arshan did that for a video and still killed pre-6, turn 6 earlier, like around half the time. Like it's just still stupid. So get rid of the switcheroo instead. But
Yeah.
there is an argument to be made that like, are we just gonna have to keep getting rid of cards? But we've gotten rid of literally 2 in like 5 years. It's gonna it'd be fine.
I didn't have
Yeah.
honorable mentions, but I do now.
Mm.
Amalgam of the Deep.
Yeah.
Solid card.
All of the silence package cards, like Asharan Ritual and the 1-mana 4/3 and silence all other minions. Cool. And also, I was looking through the cards, and I want to try the 9-mana 8/9 and Warrior and a Menagerie.
Trench Stalker.
Yeah, that one. I want to try it in a Menagerie shell.
9/9?
Seems fun.
My honorable mentions are New Finley, That card is
Nice.
super cool.
Surf. Yeah.
And it actually, the fact that it found a deck in Wild where it's like correct to be in your top 30 is a little surprising, but also super fun. It's super strong, super cool. Big fan of it. I don't know if Vaapad has ever seen Quest Mage in Wild because he plays in Dad Legend, but Quest
have.
Mage is a fairly strong deck right now in Wild. Mostly held back by like Rogue, maybe Shaman, but Shaman isn't that popular because it's boring. But Finley's particularly strong in that deck because you draw your like quest completers and your ice blocks and things, and then like you complete your quest, and then like you have like whatever's left over from that. You can play Finley, get the other deck cards in your deck, or plays them with the cards in your hand, and then now you have your birds and your potions that you mulliganed away earlier to go infinite with, and it's just super sick. And like it's wild, right? So you have unintended combos. Play Evocation, fill your hand up, play Finley, throw all those cards in your deck. 2 mana, draw 9. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Not that relevant, but kind of nice. Just a
Yeah.
super fun card. My other honorable mention is another super strong card that probably should get nerfed, but it might not. I don't know. We'll see. Multi-Strike. It's like
Oh,
Fiery
God,
War
yeah.
Axe for 1 mana spell
Please.
with Wind Fury.
Yeah.
But like, it's
It
also
either-
so fun, dude.
that card or the weapon for Demon Hunter
Drekthar
for
is probably
standard.
what needs to go, but
Well,
it's
Drekthar
so hard.
needs. Well,
with
Drekthar
standard.
needs something.
Drekthar is busted.
Yeah.
It
there-
feels
I've
terrible
heard-
though for someone to buy a $25 diamond Drekthar and then have the card nerfed, but like
I've heard.
they're two separate
really-
departments. They'll nerf it if it needs to be nerfed. So.
Yeah, I've heard a really good, what I consider to be a decent to really good
But make
solution,
it 2 or less
which is
minions? 2 cost
No.
or less? No.
make it so that Drekthar has to be the highest cost card in your deck.
Period.
Isn't that already
Not
what it
period.
is?
No,
No.
it's
It has
minion.
minions.
Because
Oh,
in Demon
highest
Hunter,
cost card. So you can't have
so you can't play.
Kurtrus
So you can't play Kurt or,
or
Need for
Bone
Greed
Glaive. That
or Glaive. That was like, it would still be plausible in some decks.
I wouldn't change anything in Wild.
in-
That's kind of
in-
funny.
In Hunter, it would actually be interesting in Hunter. Although you'd
Hunter,
have
you
to cut.
just cut Barak and Tavish, right?
You
You probably do that.
no,
Drektar's so
you don't,
good.
You don't play Barrack in
Okay.
Quest.
Well, so you probably
in
cut
Questline Hunter.
the dragon, the
in
6, the deal
standard.
6. You probably cut the deal 6.
You cut deal 6. And you
Oh,
cut
if
the
it
mark
has to be the most
shots.
expensive, does that mean you can't have other 4s?
Yeah, I think
Or
so.
does it have to be equal?
So you couldn't.
to, okay, so you probably
you
cut the deal
couldn't-
6 and the deal
so you-
3 secret card. You probably do that in standard. Darkthar is nasty in that deck.
Yeah, you don't.
It's the best deck in Questline Hunter, which is a little silly.
Yeah, so for Questline Hunter and Standard, you would be cutting
Yeah, that's
Piercing Shot
deck.
and Marked Shot and Tavish.
Yeah, that deck would probably still run Darkthar, but everything else would probably get rid of it in standard. Is there anything that low to the ground in standard? And then you have
Well,
Inner Fire Priest in Wild that would be unchanged completely, and
Oh yeah, of course.
any other Darkthar
But
deck basically.
but anyways, we'll go. We'll go back to multi-strike being a
Yeah,
very
that card's so
strong
good, but
card.
it's so fun
That-
too. I
that
played a little
card
bit of
would-
that in the TGL tournament as well, and like this Naga Fell
Naga
Demon
Naga
Hunter that
Foliage.
Lasagna built that was terrible, but it was so fun. Involved the Lady Steno, involved the hero card.
Yep.
Multi-Strike's
Did
a
it-
sick card.
Yeah.
Plus,
it
with the
really
weapon,
is.
you get the Whack-A-Minion, which also whacks face, and then you get the Whack face.
Are we almost to the point where Demon Hunter, other than Odd Demon Hunter, is like a playable deck in Wild?
Not
Are we there
really.
yet?
No, not really.
No, but what's
Aggro DH
funny,
and Odd DH are like competing to try to be the top guy, but it's like the same thing. Just hanging on by
Yeah.
they're both
one
bad.
just plays 2 drops.
I
the
would
other
have liked
doesn't.
Ilganoth to have been good, but I'm not surprised he's not.
I
But I
remember
do see Demon Hunter
Ilganoth-
more than I used to. It's instead of once every month, it's like once every 15 days that I see a Demon Hunter.
I'll never forget
Improvement.
I'll never forget you you and I think also Diamond bringing Ilganoth and your Demon
Dude,
Hunters
it
to
was
Born to Be
nasty.
Wild.
This is a
Nasty.
6 mana 8/8, bro. Then you could trade and still
mana.
send 4 face. It was... Games would end when he played that on. That was a really nice meta because you realize things like Sylvanas and the 6 mana 4/8 Frenzy that destroyed a random minion were like, what is this
Yeah.
card? But it was like your opponent would play it and you'd be like, wait, this common 6 mana 4/8 Frenzy destroy a random enemy minion is like, I lose. Like, what? How do I? What? You played a 6 mana 4/8 that like I can't do anything about. And that was similar to Ilganoth. Except Ilganoth also turned your removal into burn. Like it was just so good. But yeah, that's the fun part about the Born to Be Wild Listener series is like playing so much testing that you're like, wait, Frenzy Tauren is busted. What is this card?
That week
Sylvanas kind of busted too, but worse stats. So like, maybe we'll
Sounds
run
like
this
we-
random garbage common card no one's ever played before.
It sounds like week 1, and I didn't have enough time to test week 1,
Maybe
so I
week 1.
didn't have those. I didn't have
I
those
think week 1 was
cards in my list.
3, 4, 6, 8 though.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and then we've learned as
Gotcha.
well, like Mana Saber, huh? And you play that on 4, and then on 5 you can play a 6-drop, and you don't run 5-drops, so that's nasty. Why don't we
Yeah.
do that more often? Also, happy for Vaapad, the no bans, so you can be odd and even if you desire.
Ooh.
And
I
play
haven't
ice
actually
swap.
looked at all the. I haven't looked at all the
There
weeks
are
yet.
no global bans. Not a single card is globally banned, but the restrictions are a lot more restrictive. It's going to be
Okay.
more pay to win than normal, which won't affect us probably that much, but
No.
it may affect a couple of people for sure.
It'll affect me on the
But
wild
there's a
side
lot more like
potentially.
only these sets allowed in their challenges. They have like a theme where it's like Old God Week, for example, they did last week. It's like you'd have to play an Old God, but then the restriction is also on top of
Oh.
that would be like you can only build from these 4 sets. So they have like a thematic restriction and then just like a set restriction from what I saw.
Gotcha.
I like that. I like.
That's cool.
I like more restriction on fun stuff and less restriction on don't play this card. You know.
And then when you have more restriction like that, you don't have to have any global bans because half the weeks you won't even be able to play Genbaku or in one set or
Sure.
Iceblock.
Sure.
The core set's probably
Well-
allowed every week for the free to play, but that without a standard
Yeah.
card, it's like what's that gonna do, right?
Yeah, an ice block is considered classic, I suppose. So like it's
Hall of
not even
Fame.
core. Oh, Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Classic Legacy Hall of Fame would probably be the same thing in
Yeah.
that system, but I haven't looked to see what sets are allowed and what sets aren't. But I'm guessing you'll need bad cards more than normal, which
That's cool.
is potentially favorable. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like strong decks in the listener series, but like still them to
Wait.
be like
Is everything
bad.
already put out for week 1?
Yeah, they know that all the weeks are out. All 8 are out.
Yeah.
Even the finals is
Holy.
out this time. They didn't hold back on playoffs.
Bro, I didn't even know
It's all out.
this.
Yeah, all 8 are out.
Cool.
So theoretically,
Mhm.
if you don't have a lot of time, you could build all your decks now. I'm probably just gonna steal
Yeah.
decks from Maxi, get top 8, and
Well,
then just, like, go out round one,
I was
call it a day.
gonna say Maxi's already calling for week.
Yeah,
for
he called
decks,
super
so
late. It was out for like 3 days, and he's like, "Yo, I'm back from camp. Let's do week 1." It's like, dude, where were you? You should have been asking 3 days before they released the spreadsheet to build week 1 deck.
Yeah.
It's not the Maxi I know. Yeah, we'll see what the
Not
prices
my
do.
Maxi.
I'm like mostly don't want to do the listener series because of time, but I also like want to do it because I like when people put effort into content and do things that aren't the norm.
Yeah.
And they put a lot of time into this content, so I kind of want to join. And I didn't end up joining, just to be like, "Yo, tip my hat to you. You did this super cool thing that wasn't just
Yeah.
know,
Oh, it's the old
just
gods.
stay like obviously I'm particularly passionate about putting effort into content and doing things that are different because that's what I do. It's not like Nate could have theoretically more viewers and higher subs by just like streaming and throwing a video of a game up, right? Like everybody else does. But I applaud people who put effort in to do things that are different and cool. So I joined.
Cool.
Hope the prizes that they have lead to whatever they intend them to lead to. If it's more players, great. I hope it works out for them. So I am gonna
I'm in
play,
too.
but I don't know. The thing with signing up is like, if I sign up and then I'm too busy, it's like okay, fine. But if I don't sign up because I think I'm gonna be too busy and I'm not too busy, can't change my mind now. So I can change my mind later if I sign up. Week 3 comes around, I accidentally forget to submit, whatever, it happens. But if I don't sign up, can't change my mind later. So I signed up. Hopefully I'll have time, but I also want an active YouTube channel.
Hey man, if I can find time, you can
Twitch
find
stream.
time.
Well, I can find time. I
Yeah.
just would rather devote it to YouTube and Twitch. But
Sure.
yeah, but it's super
Well,
cool.
you can double dip on Twitch and listener series.
Kind of.
Not on YouTube. I don't think you want to do that anymore, but
Kind of. What I did for the last season was I recorded all my games. Then if I won again, I was gonna make a video like about the whole thing in one video. And I may do that again. We'll see. But I don't want
Sure.
to do weekly videos for it. The content's kind of changed since then.
Yeah. That was your gateway into regular YouTube content though. So
Yeah.
That was
and
like
before that, there was basically just 3 one-offs with a couple months in between, right? It was like Among Us, Jackbox, and the Drip tier list, which is over a year old now. I thought about doing a 1-year anniversary of the Drip tier list, but it was like the last year of skins, rating the hero reports just based on Drip. But I was
Nice.
like, maybe that's good content still. Maybe not. It probably would have been fine, but I just never got around to doing it. But yeah,
now you gotta
I
wait.
think
Now you gotta
after
wait for
that,
the 5-year one. one.
There was like the listener series. We did a couple of videos there. A lot of those older videos I've unlisted because they're just terrible, but not all of them. Like a couple. And then eventually, I don't know, the game shows and the trivias and the
Oh, your last Jackbox one was so
Jackbox
good.
was sick.
That was great. I go
And
back
I know
and
there's a
watch
lot of
that
interest in
sometime.
people being in another one of those, and it did really well compared. It's like I think it's the top 5 video on my channel, which is crazy. And I mean, I had swag in it, which always helps when you have a other creator in it. But
Yeah.
for it to be top 5 when I have 3 Jeopardies with more than that, like it's pretty cool. I think people really liked it, so I wanted to do another one of those.
Cool.
And yeah, so like, but you're right. The Born to Be Wild listener series was kind of like the first, like, oh yeah, look, you get the train rolling, hard to get off the tracks, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I won. In hindsight, it made for better,
Yeah.
better
Those
content, better
videos are
training.
great.
That was cool.
And you
And
did.
now I just play Hearthstone with a controller and 6 games at the same time. And I have an
upside
arcade
down.
joystick with buttons down here that I was going to try to have like the joystick be a mouse. I didn't get to figure it
Yeah.
out, but I haven't given up on it yet. I also brought up my drum set from Rock Band to see if I could make that move my mouse and click. But I don't have a wireless adapter for it. But that'd be hilarious if I'm just like spamming the green to move my mouse to the right, spamming red to move my mouse to the left. Kick stick, the kick flip is like click button. Oh
would
my
be
gosh.
funny.
I
It's just
think you
like
could play 4 cards in a turn with that.
you could tell the wild meta was terrible because it's like, well, nobody's streaming because no one wants to play wild. So like I should go live. What am I gonna do? I'll play with a controller, sure. Like maybe we'll try to do something fun.
That was fun.
That's where it started. And oh, I guess it started with 6 games at the same time. That video slapped. That video was fun.
Yeah.
I think that's the only video done by myself that's done well. Every other video that does well is with people. But
That video gave me such anxiety.
it's funny. That was a learning lesson for me because for me it was super easy. I was like, oh, this is gonna be boring to watch because I'm just like playing 6 games. Isn't like, and then other people were like, wow, that's so crazy. That was so intense. That was so fast paced. I couldn't handle that. And I was like, oh, cool. To me, it was just a normal day. I was just playing Hearthstone because I got used to it. The sequel to that is to title it "Playing Your Favorite Game Mode" and then have it be 6 game modes. But I think that's harder to follow. But yeah, I did a stream where I did 4 game modes. But by like 2 hours in to like add like wild, standard, BGs, and arena, by about 2 hours in, all I cared about was the arena. I was like, I just want to play arena on this Smurf account that like doesn't matter. It's like I just want to play arena. This is awesome. One of these days I might just play arena. I don't know. I don't know if it would get viewers, but arena slaps, dude. It's nice to have games that matter.
Pay to win format.
I guess duels does too, but duels hasn't hooked me yet. It's
Nah.
dude, it's like just like it just has to be correct for every player that plays Hearthstone to just give duels like 100 tries to like it because it's the best game mode in the game by far in terms of like printing money. Like it's so good for your economy if you just go infinite with duels. Oh, it's because games are so fast. You can learn the meta much like WoW and like perfect it, figure out what the best decks are, figure out what you're good at, and just farm.
Mhm.
But it's just like
I
it hasn't caught me.
I
'Cause
enjoy
I'm not
duels.
poor enough that I have to play duels.
Right. I enjoy duels,
Wow.
but my priority is like, man, I really want to repair my MMR. So like every time I turn on Hearthstone, I go and play Wild. So
Yeah.
and I still only get to like Plat and Diamond every season.
But
So
yeah, like the free to play players, if you like spend very little to no money, like AFKing and BGs or mercs, and then playing duels when you actually play the mode will get you a full expansion every single expansion with no like downtime. If that's what you do, it's crazy the amount of gold you can farm by playing duels and AFKing. I'm like AFKing goes hard. I'm like 80 in the Tavern Pass, like 80
Wow.
something, because I
Dang.
have my like personal laptop down by my setup by my work laptop, and it just AFKs for 8 hours a day. I click it like once a half an hour to just queue the Battlegrounds game and just AFKs for half an hour, and it's like you get so much experience. I played the game like 4 times since I bought the Tavern Pass, but it's like 60 levels of AFK. It's nice.
weird.
And because you like are AFKing BGs, your MMR is terrible. So everyone else is AFKing BGs. So occasionally you'll get a game where nobody's playing, and you'll get like 200 plus
That's funny.
XP because literally no one's playing.
Is there a turn timer in BGs?
I don't know. I actually don't know, but I know you don't get XP after half an hour. So when those happen, I usually play a minion, but it ends. But I don't know. I don't know what happens in those when nobody's playing. They're very rare. Usually you have 1 or 2 people playing, and I always am curious, like, are these new players? Do these players just really suck?
Probably.
Like, what's happening where there's 2 people playing? Are they AFKers who are like just feel like playing for an achievement? I wonder if that's the case too. Cause I know I've done that
Maybe.
before. It's like the main reason I AFK BGs over Mercs. Like Mercs is theoretically better because you can queue up a like PvE. Like that's like one of the really bad ones where you can one shot in one turn, right? And you just
Yeah.
wait 30 minutes to do your first turn, and then you rack up 30 minutes of experience. But with
Wow.
BGs it ends, so it's like it like tells you have to interact. Otherwise you have to like set a timer, I guess. I don't know. So and then that way I get to like stay kind of familiar with what's going on in BGs, and I could theoretically do an achievement really easily because nobody's playing.
Sure.
It's like, oh, I can get first place with this new hero. Sure. It's like I'm pretty good at BGs, and when there are 1 person playing and 6 bots that aren't playing, it's really quite easy. But yeah, so I don't know where this
Should
tangent
we-
even started from. But maybe we should go
great-
back to.
Great.
Great
We haven't even.
question.
I have
we
no
haven't
idea
even
why I'm
done our
talking about
Yeah.
AFKing and BGs right now.
We haven't done our number 1 yet. But
Okay.
tangents are
We
great.
just
Oh,
left
I guess
them.
it came from multi
We just-
somehow. Because that was
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
second, and then Finley is my first honorable mention.
Mhm.
Finley probably
We
should be
just-
top 5.
Yeah, we just
is what it
kept them in suspense for 20 minutes. It's okay.
True. That's fine.
On the edge of their seats, waiting for our number
What's
1.
number 1, dude? No way.
Good content creation right there.
All right,
All right,
Fish.
Fish, hit us with it.
All right, my number 1 card, School Teacher.
Ooh,
4 mana, 5/4. You create a Nagaling that learns a spell that costs 3 or less.
I have resentment toward
is-
this card.
It is
Totally at my own
so-
peril, but
It is very fun.
it is a very cool card.
There's a lot of class. There's only a few classes where it kind of sucks.
There's only a
to
few
have to play
classes you
this
can play
card.
it in because the other classes are playing Drekthar.
Yeah. So
The biggest problem with School Teacher right now is Drekthar exists. You can't play School Teacher.
yeah. So like School Teacher, unsurprisingly, is very very strong in Demon Hunter. It's just Demon Hunter. It's just
Get like
you're playing
Chaos
Fel-
Strike
you're
every
just-
time or Felbarad.
you're just playing Fel DH if you're playing that. If you're playing that, getting Predation on it is quite good too. 1 mana, deal 3 damage to your opponent's face.
Yeah.
Because Fel Demon Hunter in standard does not play Drekthar because you play Jace.
Right.
But yeah, it's fun in like it's like fun in Shaman because you can get bioluminescent
Yeah, that's
or
for sure.
other neat things. Yeah, Bolner plus like Radiance of Ajara plus Nagaling with bioluminescence with other Battlecry minions is quite funny.
Yeah.
If you throw a
fan of that
bird, if you throw a bird in there, it's like even more ridiculous.
Get another one.
Yeah.
This card is cool, but I have a personal resentment toward it because my good pal Ben from work decided it'd be a fun idea
Yeah.
to try to make a new Ignite Mage list where instead of you take out like basically all of the like non-combo cards and to try a Naga Ignite Mage. You put the 1 mana 1/3, put Amalgam with a D, put in the Naga draw card, put in School Teacher, put in the 4 mana 2/5. So instead of just like trying to live, you
That
like have
sounds-
things for tempo. And
that
so he put
sounds-
School Teacher in there, and I was like, "Ooh, this is cool. I'll try this out." So I crafted 2 School Teachers, which
Oh no.
now you
it's
see where
bad.
this is going. Don't craft School Teacher. You get it for free. Just wait. And I've gotten to the point where I've
Ah.
gotten them both for free now in Golden from the Tavern Pass, and I'm just. And the reason it's resentment is not just because I got them in the Tavern Pass, but because I played it for 1 game, was like, yeah, this is garbage, and then never. I played it for like 4 games.
Never
Was like, yeah, this is
played it
terrible. Let's cut
again.
the School Teacher. Played it for a few more games. Yeah, this is terrible. Let's drop the deck. And so I spent $800, similar to Darkness. Played it a couple times, and we'll never touch it again. And then I have golden
Yeah.
versions now, so it's just like an actual waste of 600 dust. Because I can just
Yeah.
get rid of the normal ones and lose 600 dust on the unlucky.
Just wait for it to get nerfed.
Unlucky.
W.
Oh yeah, I get
Okay.
nerf Drekthar and then nerf School Teacher. Surely that'll happen. But it's all right. I work
I
now,
just
so
learned
I'm
that
less worried about my Hearthstone monies.
I
Yep,
just,
same.
I just learned that this card exists, so I don't own it.
School Teacher? You've never played School Teacher? You'd like
Yeah.
School Teacher,
Oh, it's really fun.
but don't craft it. You'll get it for free in the tavern.
Got it.
Just wait. Play your Holy Wrath Paladin until then. Or your Naga drawing you haven't yet tried. Yeah, whatever it was. Yeah, don't craft. Anyone listening, don't craft School Teacher if you don't have
Yeah.
it. Although it's probably too late by the time this comes out because the expansion's been out for like 26 days or
month
whatever. It comes out
already,
a month on
yeah.
the 12th, yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
But yeah,
And
so
I mean,
I
just-
look at
I
that
mean, I
card
just-
and go, But it's
I
really
mean,
my
I
fault.
just The only cards I don't open on day one. I don't get all the legendaries on day one, but I get every other.
I still
I
don't
get
have
my
all the
2 of
legendaries.
everything else.
It has the
Yeah.
school teacher has very Shutterwalk and BG vibes, like the Zero Mana Hero part that gives
Yeah.
you a 1/1. Very similar vibes.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for like diamond cards. So if I can get a
Did you buy
diamond card,
Diamond Drekthar?
no,
You absolute whale. No, okay.
I
didn't
did
either.
not. I did not. I'm like I said, I'm not spending $25 for diamond Drekthar.
3,000 gold is 30 packs, bro.
Yeah,
No shot.
no shot.
No shot. You should
I
own
didn't.
Diamond Drekthar. No shot.
I didn't want to pay for it. I mean, gold Drekthar is fine enough that you got from completing the.
I'm at the point now where I'm
completing
probably gonna start
the
buying 3
honor
mega
system.
pre-orders every expansion, so I don't want to
You
spend
can
my
buy
gold.
3 of them.
You not on one account, but I'll be
Oh,
giving
okay.
probably 1 away at minimum to a
Gotcha.
video, maybe 2, maybe 1 to a tweet. Like,
Yeah.
so I end up buying 3. Only 1 I'll actually get in my account, but
So like the yeah.
that's a lot
It's
of
kind
money.
of-
So I need to be
Yeah,
not buy all the other
it's-
garbage. Did you guys, by the way, did you get the new welcome bundle in your shop? That was sick. There's a new welcome bundle. It's $1 for a random legendary. That's the whole bundle.
That's
It was
awesome.
sick, dude. I was like,
That's
yeah, welcome
awesome.
back. I'm back from my 900 millionth day in a row for the last 8 years. I'm back, baby. Give me this
I didn't
$1 legendary. Give me
Yo,
more of
I
it,
didn't-
please.
Yo, I didn't see it.
That's unlucky,
I
dude.
might-
I saw
I'm
that
gonna
and I
see-
was like,
no.
that's
get it.
amazing. I hope you guys get it. I got it and I tweeted out a picture of the $1 bundle with the whale emoji. It was pretty funny.
Bro, like no, seriously, I'm opening my Hearthstone. If it's still there, I'll buy it.
You didn't buy it when you saw it? It's a $1 legendary. It's the best value the Hearthstone has ever given you.
I don't check the shop.
Oh god.
Because because I have every card and I don't play
$1 for a
BGs.
legendary is
Yeah,
the
I
best
didn't check-
value they've ever offered. It was so sick.
I never checked the shop, so I
And
didn't.
it
Yeah,
worked.
normally a legendary is like $3 normally.
At least,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it worked though because I got on my phone to buy
can
it,
I-
and there was a
can I
$10
get-
bundle there as well, and I bought that, so it kind of worked for them, right?
Like,
They got
can
me
I
buying
get
things,
wild?
but-
Can I get wild
Wait.
legendaries from it or only standard?
I don't know. I think maybe standard.
Because
only.
I have like every. Besides, like, there's a couple of cards in which
I
just
would be
have
shocked if the
just the
new welcome
golden
bundle that
version.
replaced the old one had any wild cards in it at all. Because they like warn you when you craft a wild card. I'd be shocked if it wasn't just standard legendaries.
Gotcha. They have the Leroy Jenkins bundle now.
That's true. I don't buy skin bundles.
I'm
I
tempted,
don't.
but I don't have
I don't think
the
it's in the
scratch
shop.
for
Yeah,
it.
I don't think
for how
it's in
much
the
I
shop
play.
anymore. The welcome bundle's not in the shop anymore. I'm pretty sure.
See when it comes to you. Maybe you can turn on or off personalize and get it to show up. But that showed up, and another $10 one that was like 20 packs and a
Gotcha.
legendary for $10
Like
showed up.
Like I see these strikes. Like I
sick.
see these other strikes and stuff.
But yeah, I
Like-
posted it, and like there's a couple people that were jealous. Like Barshin was like, "Yo, is this like was this on your main account? Like, am I gonna be able to see this? It's like such a good deal. Everyone wants to buy a dollar legendary."
I don't see it.
And I was like, why is this called Welcome Back? Like, why is there a Welcome Bundle? Then I realized that the old Welcome Bundle doesn't make sense anymore because there's no classic. So getting a classic Dragon Legendary in 10 packs doesn't make any sense. So
yeah.
now it's, hey, welcome back. Buy a Legendary for $1. Sure. Let's
Unfortunately,
go.
I didn't see it. So
Maybe you'll get it later. Who knows?
No live legend opening.
Unlucky.
Unlucky boys.
Andrew's
I did complete dealing 120 damage with Naval Mine though. So
nice.
we'd love to see that.
I probably did that, but I wouldn't know.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah, I
hope
mean,
that
if
enough.
you
Never mind.
literally, if you do like 2 combos and then you killing the mine each time, you get it.
56. Oh yeah, the
56
other mine is
twice
60.
plus-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine does a lot of damage.
it does a lot of damage. I was like, for some reason, I thought that like little Tamsin was going away. I was like, oh man, you're only gonna do 28. There's no way. And it's like, no. The only reason that this deck doesn't work in standard is because backfire doesn't exist in standard.
Yeah, draw's important.
Yeah, all the extra draw that backfire gives is insane.
Yeah.
That and librarian. Librarian's
yeah,
like
Librarian and Tour Guide.
Librarian's one of the best
Solarium.
cards like ever. Yeah, Solarium. Yeah,
Solarium's one of my favorite
Liter-
cards ever. That's a great example of a
Solar-
wild card. Like,
yeah.
card was bad for a while, and eventually it became 1 mana draw through with no downside because of all the ways to spit out cards. So
Exactly.
quickly become an awesome and powerful card.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, my number 1. A card that I didn't know existed until a week ago, something like that. Super
Wow.
innocuous looking card. I was about to Bart Simpson Feesh because I thought he was going to say it. because they start with the same sound. It's not school teacher, it's schooling. It is 1 mana shaman card. Add 3 1/1 piranha swarmers to your hand. On the
True.
face of it, that sounds real bad.
It is bad.
It does sound bad. I will give you that.
I devolved my shaman opponent into the like kobold jailer or whatever that puts 3 kobold or puts 3 dudes in their hand, and I killed it, and I was like, that was good. That was bad that they got those 1/1s, and you're doing it
Yeah.
willingly.
I am doing it willingly because Mountain Giant.
Tell us. Ooh.
Ooh, turn 3 Mountain Giant.
Goldshire Knoll.
Goldshire Knoll. Faceless Shambler. Also, like, the piranhas aren't that bad. Like,
No, they have a rush,
they're-
right?
they have rush.
Yeah, that's a big deal. And they gain attack.
So,
You play
like-
multiple.
Yeah, so like if you play one, so it's 4 mana, deal
That would
6.
actually deal with Pirate Rogue's board really well because you could have a 3/1,
Yeah.
2/1, and a 1/1, kill the cannon, the brigand, and the Palais fighter.
Oh yeah,
Patches. Yeah.
that's why I've been really confused. Like, why is everyone complaining about this deck? It's really not hard to remove when you have this
1
card.
mana, 1/1 rushes. Yes, you need those specifically to kill Palais fighter before it hits you in the face. Yes.
Yes. So like, there's that, or with so if you play 2 of them, then you've got like a 6/1, 5/1, 4/1, 3/1, 2/1, and 1/1, which are all very good. Plus, on top of all that, in this deck that I've been playing, you're running Zentimo with Wind Fury and Banana Vendors. So then you just like they're like, oh, it's like a 1/1, a 2/1, and a 3/1. I'm not gonna kill those. And then you play Zentimo and like 2 bananas and Wind Fury, and they're dead. So yeah. So you do the giant stuff, and then sometimes you do Zentimo stuff, and it's great. And I love this deck, and I had a great win rate with it.
Is that Timo the
And
best
I
finisher in
tried
that
it.
deck? Is there no better finisher? Is like Bloodlust just worse?
Yes.
What are the other options for finishers? I guess you'd run like the Doomhammer package.
Zentimo, because Zentimo, Wind Fury,
Is
and a couple
strong,
giants is really good.
Yeah, I guess you can run
For fi-
Sleepbreaker too, and then it's like you freeze 3 things, draw 3 cards, and it
Yep,
doesn't
do that.
remove you a card in your
Right.
hand size deck.
Yep.
Yeah, Zentima's
I-
pretty good. It just recently got cut from Free Shaman. It used to be in there. It was hanging on. But
Yeah, it got cut last expansion.
yeah,
From what
you
I
could
was
still play it, I
learning.
guess. But generally, the
guess.
Sleepbreakers, Wind Chills, and Zentimos are less needed and less good.
Yeah, eventually realized, hey, we don't even need a Zentimo Wind Fury. Like, you were playing Zentimo, but not even playing Wind Fury. It's like, it's kind of like, well, why are we running Zentimo? I crafted
it was always
that card
it was always for
for Wind
the
Chill.
deal. Yeah, the Wind Chill.
Wind Chills, but
It's just a high roll and it's dead otherwise.
Yeah, I crafted Zentimo specifically for that deck, and then I stopped playing it. I was like, oh god, like it doesn't even feel wasted because like
You can still
I think
play
there's, like-
Zentimo fine.
I think there's like random times in Hearthstone history where Zentimo just becomes like playable and wild.
Yeah.
Good card.
Anytime there's a good targeted spell, it'll be good again. And on it, like, schooling is far and away my favorite card of the expansion, and it's not close. Like, it's just this little dinky common, and it's like it enables me to play a strategy that's normally only allowed in Warlock, and I get to play Shaman instead, which is cool. Like, it's like objectively worse than like even lock, right? But like it's just like way more fun, you know?
You're forgetting about my Born to Be Wild exclusive big hand Ignite Mage, okay? That
You're
deck
right, you're right.
slapped. Instead of running Squealing, you passed for 6 turns, and then you could play a giant and a knoll to kill your opponent's stuff. It was nasty.
There
Let's
you go.
not forget.
my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, but if any of you guys want to see some big hand shaman highlights, check out my TikTok and YouTube. Shameless plug.
Yeah, he posted a schooling big hand shaman video. You wouldn't know that based on how he titled it and thumbnailed it, but maybe he'll change it. Maybe you'll find it. Who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe you'll make more of those.
Yes.
That was a good one. You just gotta
Appreciate
clickbait it so people see big hand shaman. Ooh, 100% win rate. Ooh, and then they click it
Ooh.
instead of no thumbnail.
100% 100% win rate in this video. Ooh.
Yeah, never lost on YouTube. Better now start now. You'll get that reference in a later. To watch my YouTube, that is. All right, am I the
do.
last one? No, you did schooling, so it's my one now.
It is.
I very arbitrarily put this list together. So one was basically just based on rarity. I was like, yeah, that's the rarest card. I'll put that as my one. It is Savara, the Mage Legendary.
Come
It's a 4-mana 3/5 that you play 3 spells. When it's in your hand, it'll battle cry, add those 3 spells back to your hand. It's particularly strong right now in Quest Mage. You play Biscuit, Coin, First Flame, get it back. I played it a little bit in Ignite Mage for fun, for kicks and giggles, because you could play your First Flame or your Ice Block and get more of those. It's not like actually good in that deck, but it was kind of fun. And
What happens if you cast more than 3?
you just get
You
the first
just
3
you
that
just
were
get
cast.
those 3. You just get the first.
You get the first 3
yeah.
that were cast.
Gotcha.
It's just sometimes awkward because it's in your hand and then you play the quest and it's like, I'm going to get another quest back.
Yeah.
But I've seen some people try to
yeah.
like not play the quest and I'm like, this feels
It feels
like an
wrong.
impossible way to navigate.
Yeah.
But I've seen it happen.
Why would you want another quest back?
Yeah,
Like,
banned. So that's the only time the card's banned in that deck. Usually you get another Ice Block, which is nasty. Or you get another Time Warp, or you get another Biscuit or another Coin. It's a cool card.
Yeah.
That's our lists for the top 5 enjoyable Sunken City cards.
Yeah.
And in my case, just
Definitely.
good cards, but I enjoy good cards, so.
oh yeah.
Go craft
like-
schooling. It's a common.
I don't think anyone has to craft schooling.
Go craft 2.
I'm sure they own schooling if they've opened 10 packs.
Craft them
Probably.
golden.
Wow. That's a waste of
Whales.
that's a waste of resources.
All the whales are gonna craft them golden now.
But the value, because all of the piranhas are different colors. So you get
Oh.
like 7 different like colored
Are they
golden
really
piranhas.
different arts? That's kind of cool.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
there's an
I've
orange
seen
one, a
them,
yellow one,
yeah.
a green one, a red one.
Oh, so you get a
blue
random
one.
3.
Yeah, you get a random 3.
Oh, that's actually super sick attention to detail. Hearthstone's always been
Yeah.
good at that stuff. Shout out to the Hearthstone dev team.
Shout out to
Yeah.
the Blizzard art team.
One of the
yeah,
best
Hearthstone art
games for
team.
long years running. A lot of it has to do with just the fact that like clicking feels good and little things like that, where just things are aesthetically pleasing for really no reason.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just like, oh wow, neat.
Yeah. We were supposed to do.
But like metas
Maybe-
can come and go, and
maybe-
they can be so
maybe
bad
we'll-
that people still play because just like clicking a
maps.
button feels good, and like
The maps
being
are
in the
satisfying.
ecosystem feels so good. Yeah, like there's just so many little things. Like the board was the first big one that it's like, why is this here? But then it's like, oh,
Oh,
if crack the code, you know,
yeah.
just the little things.
Yeah,
Any
maybe
other
one day
closing
we'll-
remarks you guys have
Maybe one
for
day.
episode
we'll do,
30?
for sure, the 30th episode. Maybe one day we'll get to do the all the boards.
A board
up.
tier list.
The board list that we were
Ooh.
supposed to
Could
do.
relocate that from my YouTube channel ideas spreadsheet
That just sounds
to
like
a
that just
podcast.
that just sounds like a lot of work.
I have a tier list made of every Hearthstone board already. I was gonna make a YouTube video
okay.
for it, and then Vaapad told me it sucked,
Yeah.
and I said, maybe you're right. Maybe the idea does
Yeah.
suck.
That was
So
supposed
maybe
to
it's
be
fine
me,
podcast content.
Hey.
Who knows?
That's funny because I definitely don't remember saying that.
Oh yeah, I asked you. I was like, do you want to join, or should I get other people for this board tier list? And you went, I don't know if I click on that, man. I was like, fair enough. Maybe I won't do it. But I have it made.
I mean, I would because it's your video, but
I have the tier list made. But then yeah, it's like you want to get B-roll of all the boards so they could see it, not just this tiny picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I don't know. It's an idea.
Feesh, anything to plug?
Yeah, I guess I'll just plug my Twitch because that's pretty much where I have most of my presence, which is twitch.tv/DoctorFeesh, DoctorFeesh. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I use Twitter as well, but not that often. I usually just go on Twitter to steal NHL's lists that he posts on Twitter.
Shout out to
Love it.
NHL NGA
Yes.
Fan 1, a new wild streamer as of a week ago.
Yep. Thank you for streaming.
Yeah,
As it
streamed
were, to
twice.
him.
He has 2 streams on the
And-
platform.
And catch Feesh here doing our trivia every time.
That's true. Bombshell true. Feesh
Mhm.
Operated will probably return next week. Neat.
Neato. Jordan, anything to plug?
Oh my golly. When is this coming out? Probably the end of March. End of March.
Maybe a little sooner than this is May, but
May.
probably a little sooner than that.
Middle of
However
May.
long it takes me to edit it.
Oh well, in that case, go check out Hearthstone Jeopardy 4 featuring State of the Wild's Corvette Get Me Out and Raffle, because that's out
Oh yeah,
and it's a banger.
it's amazing. I've definitely watched it.
It's definitely not going out tomorrow. It's definitely already out.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'll definitely have watched it by the time this comes out.
Absolutely, you better have. I'll
Yeah.
hunt you down and haunt you in your dreams. Not really. I do
Yeah.
think it's my best video to date, though. So if you've liked a video of mine in the past, or if you're a State of Wild enjoyer, or a frog of any of those three, boost it up, gas it to the moon. Let's
Yes,
go.
it's in the moon.
Winner of that video competes in the next Champions Jeopardy for a mega pre-order of the next expansion, Poggers. So yeah, Jordan MGN YouTube, dude. That's the nuts. That's all I got.
I made a YouTube video. I don't do those often, but go check that one out. It's sweet. And check out my TikTok. That's where I put most of my content anymore because it's easier to edit those. So, yeah.
You could have posted the YouTube video to TikTok because it was short enough, actually, which is pretty funny. You could have just posted it, made the whole thing vertical.
It was like 6 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, TikTok's
Although
just 10 and under now.
Yeah, they just updated it. I don't know that I would have. I
don't
think
know.
that's.
I don't know who.
I don't think it
I
would
don't
have
know if
good
people
retention.
watch like TikToks that long or not.
I
Weird.
wouldn't.
TikTok
Personally,
is
I wouldn't.
TikTok is the one format where I like often find myself skipping the end of a video. Like it's a 3-minute clip, I'll watch like the first minute, and I'm like, eh. It's like the only platform where I don't finish videos.
It's killing your attention. It's killing your attention span.
Yeah.
It's attacking you.
It is. All right. Well, thanks, Feesh, for coming on. And I think we're gonna ditch the whole buy a People's Champ thing. We're gonna say put a People's Champ in your deck for us. Because we don't really play Battlegrounds anymore. So
Yeah, thanks for listening to this Change and Trolled episode, guys.
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Peace.
Bombs away.
Love that.
Bombs away.